Hi everyone, welcome to Spiritual World, in which I'm here to talk to you about all things related to spirituality in order to empower you on your day-to-day life. As you can see, today we are in a very nice park in nature. So I'm doing a little bit of experimentation, and because I think I failed to bring some of my equipment, so right now you are not seeing the full scene and the gist of everything. So hopefully I could still deliver some goods for you today. So first today I wanted to talk to you about how to surrender. So sometimes in our lives we might not always be good at surrendering. So it's important for us to understand how we could surrender better. So the first method is a method of Brainard. He actually is a body key teacher in which he teaches people how to release their stress based on different type of body type, and I will have a link below so you can find out all of his information. So he was saying that at some point he was having a disconnection with spirituality and also with his day-to-day life. He was questioning, what is he really here for? And I think for spiritual people like all of us, we all have moments like that. So it's really important for us to reassess a lot of situation, and that was his story. He actually went to his brother and they were just sitting drinking coffee, and then they saw a little bird, and they saw a bird that was constantly hitting the window panel. And because it kept on hitting the window panel, they wanted to take care of it, but it seems that the bird would not leave. And they said, okay, now we're gonna go for a second coffee run. I'm sure he'll leave by the time that we'll be back. But the bird did not. So on his way back, he noticed the bird, and they really wanted to save the bird. And then he actually said, okay, we're gonna get a golf cart and a broom on it. Hopefully he'll come down. That did not happen. And then what they did is they said, we're gonna fetch some help. The people said they'll get a ladder. They never came back. And he was very exasperated, and he said, okay. So he tried to communicate with the bird. The bird was not listening, and he was just like, ah. And then he said, he opened his hand, and he said, you know what? If you fall down, you just have to trust me. My hands are here. I'll take care of you. And the bird, just after a couple of hours, like flying through the window, actually landed on his hands, because he just said, let's just surrender and trust the process. And then eventually the bird, upon hearing that, landed on his hands. He took care of the bird until it was ready to move away. So I think in this story, he said that the message was for him to understand that sometimes you have to let go and trust and allow the process, just trust the process to happen in the way that it should. And sometimes in life we don't trust it because we're like, there must be a better way out there, I'm gonna do it a certain way. But the key is to trust the process. Now the second process is the following. Sorry, I'm really trying to get some sunlight, but somehow I don't have the best lighting right now. I'm super sorry. The second process is the following. It's the way from the Peaceful Warrior from Millman. Now the process is very interesting. What is states is the following. Sometimes think of us like a baby. Like sometimes baby, they cry, they're angry, or they're sad. All they do is cry. They release it and they let it go. So for us as humans, what we should do is also do the same. Is we have an emotion, we acknowledge it, and we let it flow out. We acknowledge it and we let it flow out. So because so many of times we're being stuck with this energy form inside of our body, and then we let it perpetuate the whole day, the following day, and then the few days, and then a whole week, a whole month, and things like that. So it's very important for us to learn how to surrender. Now the last method that I wanted to talk to you about is feeling gratefulness, and this has been conveyed to me to feel grateful. So how you could surrender more properly is to feel grateful. Sometimes we are in a state that we feel that we are just really stuck. We're in a room and we are angry or we're frustrated concerning some life decision, some life change, and you have all the energy is accumulated inside of the room, right? It is a recommendation by my spirit guides to actually step out of the room and then actually be in the state of gratefulness. So how you have to do that, because I often go through emotions, what I do is I step out of the room, and usually I go for a walk, but you could go do something you really enjoy. Don't be in that space, but instead go outside and then begin to focus your attention in the current now. So for example, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna notice, oh, the trees are beautiful, the butterflies are beautiful, oh, look at that ladybug. My mindset will switch. Because it is constantly switching, my frequency will go from here in a state of stagnation, of anger, of sadness, and all of those anguishing emotions. It'll go up, 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 up. And then because you are in a state of now of receiving ship, you're just going to be in that higher frequency, higher state. And by that, you will surrender more properly to the process, and you will feel gradually better, and you will feel the gradually release of all the emotion that's so deeply embedded inside of you. And that is how I actually learned to surrender. And I admit, some days it will be harder than others, but the key is to keep on trying, to keep on focusing on the inner you that is within, and then from there you will achieve whatever you want to achieve and allow God and trust the process. So this is all I wanted to share with you today. So I hope you have a lovely, lovely week ahead. Bye bye for now.